Hello.
Hello! Welcome back to the Hall of Weird Certificates.
Yes.
Also,
Vaguely
I'm
birds.
trying to work. Is that meant to be a doorway? A door we're standing next to? Because why is the horizontal bar there? But there's a
Maybe.
door next to it, which doesn't have a horizontal bar because you can see the door handle.
But that door has a horizon. Oh no, this is a terrible
Yeah.
wall. I, I, mm. Okay, I don't know how perspective works, but I know how it works better than that. Because also, that is really thick up this end and really narrow up that end. Because perspective doesn't work quite that way.
Yeah.
I just, I can't.
Also, it's got a different vertical.
Mm,
The gap between the ceiling and the horizontal bar on that door is different from the other door.
yep, that's way thicker. Just because things are the same size that you've put them on, it changes depending on what distance they're at. You fucking lunatics. I've put a
See?
certificate on this wall. I can't put any other detailing on. Oh,
Yeah. Because they've got the giant certificate on the one wall.
and
Which actually means the other wall has a tiny empty certificate frame, and then you've got the tiny certificate there,
yes.
and nothing else.
Okay. Yeah. We should probably get out of this hall as soon as we can.
Yeah, because
Um,
it's terrifying.
it
That's
is a
why
silly place.
it looks like because of the perspective being weird. It just makes me feel like if we were to lean on the wall, it would fall over. Like it's just made out of MDF, just nailed together really quickly before you got there.
Sounds about right. Walk out into the hall and stride briskly towards the elevator when an unusual sight makes me stop.
Was it
Is,
the
is
doors?
it the geometry?
What the hell is going on?
I notice a man wearing business suit. Oh fuck, it's him. It's the Tennessee voiced person.
I recognise him, but don't at the same time.
I've had to play through the original a lot more recently than you have.
All right.
As though as I've seen him recently, he appears distracted. We bump into each other despite my best attempts to avoid a collision. He's the
What was he
guy.
kind of just going under kind of going all over the place in the hallway like he's
Do you-
drunk?
Right, in the first episode, this guy was in charge of a junkyard.
Oh god, it's
JJ.
him. It's the guy. Oh god, they're just going to do this. Recurring secondary characters, aren't they?
Yes.
Going to be their thing. Considering they're bad at writing secondary characters, that's not a good thing.
No.
Oof. What way you're going now?
No one wants who bumped into me.
So bad, I'm a little preoccupied at the moment.
I'm imagining a woman with red hair and green eyes that I wish to
What?
boff because she was in disguise at the time. He doesn't
Oh
actually
right.
know Violet's Violet.
I thought you were going on about my accent. I was going, what the fuck?
No. That was actually what he's imagining because he doesn't
Alright.
realise that Violet is Violet
Yeah.
because she was in the robot disguise.
Yeah, she had the mask, which was weird. Oh, I know you're struck dumb by my handsome visage, but I really should be going. I got important business to take care of.
The suspiciously familiar man walks off in the other direction, whistling to himself. I stand there, just trying to process what I've just seen.
Someone who wasn't paying attention walked into you.
Sam.
That's
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah. Sam, would you mind doing a little hacking? I was wondering if the Bureau has any recent reports about a man named JJ.
Yeah, right. Let me check.
It's a long silence, and after a minute or two have passed, I hear Sam's voice on the other end.
I found something. Looks like there's an all points bulletin out for a man matching that name. Apparently he escaped from enforcer custody.
What?
He seems to have been sentenced to a rather lengthy prison term. But when he was going in foot processing, he just disappeared without trace. He must have plotted some kind of escape attempt.
Oh boy, the last thing we need is someone like him running around.
You going to go after him?
Nah, can't be fucked. No, first things first, we have to track down Green. Well, I'll need him to prove Lynn's innocence.
Gonna tell anyone about him? That'd be another thing you could do.
Yep.
Yeah, delegate. If he's murdered, do you expect him to speak up?
To be honest, I don't know much about Agent Green. I don't even know him to look at him, to be fair. But he's a Bureau agent, and there's no way he would just go and kill someone for no good reason.
That may be so, but then again...
Can it, Sam? I'm finding him, and that's final.
Right.
Climb onto elevator, and it slowly grinds to the ground floor.
That doesn't sound like a good elevator if it grinds down.
Get off and walk through the lobby, making my way outside.
It's just got two massive cog wheels on either side, and that's how it goes down.
Pretty much.
Rather than having any kind of... Sorry.
It's alright. I emerge into the brisk air of the city when I suddenly feel something unusual. Out of the corner of my eye, a shadow drifts into the nearby alleyway. It's green.
Is it a cat?
Yeah, always. Looking around, I work up the nerve to investigate. Could the murderer have returned to the scene of the crime?
Oh God, look at those windows.
Yep, I was just looking at the lines of the buildings as well.
Oh God. Dear God, can we quick change scene? Scene transition.
I take 10 steps. Itu. The darkness.
What? Itu,
the darkness of the alleyway. When?
Oh, fuck off, Red.
I've forgotten her name.
How about why hasn't Red got red hair?
Sort of pink. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've forgotten her voice again.
It was Nicole.
Bill. What the hell are you doing? If you can't handle a little scare, what would you do in real danger?
Shoot things.
Cut to the chase, Red. What is it you wanted to tell me? If you value your career as an agent, you'll drop the case.
So here's the thing then. Why did they send an agent if they think they shouldn't send an agent? Because it was even mentioned earlier that it was unusual that an agent was there.
Afraid that isn't an option. Lynn was taken in. I have to clear a name. You'll do nothing of the sort. Wait. You don't mean to tell me the Bureau authorised the murder? No, nothing like that. But if it was Agent Green or one of his associates, you're not allowed to get involved. That's mafia business.
Oh, great. So there's a mafia as well as the Yakuza in this one city.
Mafia business. You mean Agent Green is part of the mob? You really are living under the rock? Green is the link between the Bureau and the Mafia that allows us to regulate the flow of technology through the black market. If there's a high-tech weapon, it's a real threat. He goes and intercepts it. In return, we'll let the Mafia have their fun. Whatever happened to zero tolerance policy?
Well, you're not regular law enforcement. You're designed to stop people shitting about with tech.
Yeah. Without Green, things like what happened the other day would become a lot more common. It only takes one missile to risk total destruction.
Particularly if you don't aim it properly. Also, if they were they going to fire it from inside the dome? I can't remember, because that sounds like a bad idea.
Sounds like a hilarious idea.
And if they're firing it from outside the dome, how come it hasn't been hit by rocks?
Not to mention the potential for terrorist attacks against dome dwellers. No one wants to live in that kind of city because everyone would then have to move outside the city because it's less dangerous.
No one wants to live in the kind of city where things might randomly explode. I mean, that's what it's like outside the dome. You don't want to live there, like the majority of the population, somehow.
Except me, that is. I wouldn't mind getting more chances to administer justice. It's fun seeing their impotent rage as their plans crumble to dust, wouldn't you say?
What, so you're saying you'd be fine if they had missiles they could fire at you? I think they'd win that fight if they had missiles and you could turn invisible. That's...
Yeah. Well, I don't care what the unwritten policy is. I'm finding Green whether they like it or not. I'm not sure you know exactly how much power the Mafia have in the city, Violet. If you get on their bad side, they aren't afraid to go after an agent. Besides, Green's virtually impossible to find. If I were you, I'd drop it. This is out of your league. Don't tell me what I can't do. It's my duty to do it. Fuck off. Don't tell me what I can't do.
I also love the fact that we're surprised that the Bureau would be fine with, random murders when she's a member.
Yes, there is that part to it as well.
What's her ability? She turns invisible and stabs people.
Isn't she a teleporter?
I think she can teleport, and there have some bits where we've picked up her thoughts while she's been wandering around invisible. So I'm not sure if she can teleport or if she just turns invisible and runs away a lot. Which would be a lot more pathetic when you think about it. I vanished. I know he's still there. Shut up.
I don't need your tactical assessment. I'm stronger than you think, and I'm probably stronger than you. Are you bulletproof? I didn't think so. I'm pretty sure that you can escape a pair of concrete shoes either, or keep yourself from drowning. Of
But
course,
they definitely haven't told Red exactly what happened in the Selanon fight, then.
no. Of course, I can dodge bullets and warp away if someone ever tried to trap me. That's because I'm a real psychic. Actually,
That's not what that means.
no.
But at least we know that now it is teleportation.
Yeah. I mean, a real psychic is someone with mental powers. You have physics-based powers.
Yeah. Oh god, she's a fizzad. Fucking street Sams.
My powers are very real, no matter what you may believe. The fact that you're content with such pitiful powers is an insult to the Selanon.
I mean the Selanon who did them.
Yeah, the Selanon made
Oh,
them.
she's sounding a bit uppity about the Selanon, isn't she? Sounds like she doesn't really trust in their judgment.
But if you insist on holding yourself back, I have nothing more to say to you. Wait, I did want to ask you something. What is it now? You'd better make it quick. As much as I hate to ask you about this cult, I was wondering. Membership is still open, you know.
Not join your murder cult.
Yeah. I'm not interested in joining. I just wanted to know how the Dark One hasn't found you yet. If this cult is all about gaining power as a psychic, shouldn't have he seen you from like a mile away? Of course not. He can't see me for the same reason he can't see you.
He's not looking.
What reason would that be? Because we're special? The Dark One may be the Selanon's leader, but he's not who is fated to lead the Selanon.
Wait, what?
He's not who was fated to lead the Selanon. Basically, Violet's going to lead the Selanon.
Yeah, but you're saying he's not fated to lead the Selanon, but he is leading the Selanon. So it's obviously his fate if you believe in fate.
Yes. We are not in the city because we have been punished. It's because we have been chosen. Blinded by the Dark One's lies, the Bureau fails to see what we can become. What the other Selanon want us to become.
Oh god, do they want to make hybrids? Because hybrids between Selanon and the human are more powerful than just Selanon. Because reasons.
Also genetically possible. Despite having DNA that's evolved on 2 different planets.
Yeah, where they've got space magic and technology hyper.
Can I just point out?
I
just point out? We can't even breed with octopuses, and they live on our planet.
Oh, some people have tried. Don't you believe me? Just have to, just turn off safe search on Google and you find out.
Breeding with is not the same as sexing. And can we not sex the octopi, please?
is that the episode name?
Can we not sex the octopi, please?
So, and then we get 15 comments saying it's octopuses.
Yes. No, it's
Because
octopuses.
this-
Yeah.
Nah.
I really
I do like the fact that, some octopuses have, effectively a penis at the end of one of their arms, so they tear it off and throw it
at the other one, say, yeah, go fuck yourself. All we have to do is sacrifice enough pitiful fools to gain ultimate power? Easy, right?
But until someone fires a missile at you.
Yeah. Preach all you want, but I find it hard to believe that the Selanon will accept a human as their leader.
Admittedly, if you can fire bigger mind lasers, then, they don't have to accept you as more as have it enforced.
Yeah. Violet, your ignorance amuses me.
Also, put the damn sword away.
Yeah, you've just pulled it on a street, and people are now watching.
Also, find it slightly creepy that her jumpsuit doesn't pull taut across where her boobs are, but goes all the way in for the zip. She got kind of boob socks.
Yes, vacuum boobs. I don't recall saying anything funny. When will you stop focusing on minor things and start looking at the bigger picture? Just join us, and I'm sure you'll figure out everything you wish to know. This isn't minor. If I can't do something, an innocent person will spend their life in prison. Suit yourself. Just remember, this time, if you get into trouble, no one's coming to save you. Except, like, the resistance that you totally know and respect and are fighting for.
Yeah.
And just like that, Red is gone, thank fuck. Maybe we can get out of the street of weird geometry.
Yeah. Well, I like the fact they went into a little bit into a dark alley, which isn't, this one isn't going to be that dark in this district.
Yeah.
And had a rant at each other about the secret societies they're trying to join.
Whenever she
Can you
arrives...
tell me more about the secret cult that no one's meant to know about? There's just someone walking past, looking at me, going, "What the fuck?"
and the mafia.
Yeah.
Whenever she arrives, things seem to go from bad to worse. I hear footsteps from behind me and turn to look. Someone else is walking up to me from behind.
Oh God, I can't remember. Who did I do? That's it.
I don't know.
Violet!
Yeah, that'll be
Fancy
one.
meeting you here!
Captain Wells?
I was overseeing an investigation into the murder. The chief wanted it done with discretion, so he sent me. Seeing as it's a high-profile case.
I suppose you're the most competent enforcer captain around. Possibly the only one.
I'm not competent. Just obstinate. I've been here somehow manages to scare away all the reporters.
Well, there's something to be said for invoking fear in people as well.
Always so deadpan. It's great.
Wasn't joking. You strike an imposing figure. What with your dress? Pants. I don't know if that's a coat or dress. Whatever it is,
I'm just wondering why he seems to have sergeant stripes, I think.
I don't know. But also that shoulder is not right. Look at
Yeah,
that
let's just
arm.
move on. Let's not... yeah. Let's...
World of weird geometry.
Apparently being big-boned runs in the family. Sometimes criminals get so scared at the sight of me, they immediately confess. Anyway, I saw you were just talking right about organized crime and hidden cults.
Yeah.
You all seem distraught. What was he telling you?
Started to contemplate telling about who I suspect committed the murder, but if I do that, the Bureau might stop me before I get the chance to investigate further. And the nonsense about the lunar cult, I doubt they could do anything about that if they tried. I'm sure that if Red got too unhinged, the Selanon would intervene. She couldn't possibly be as invisible as she claims.
When she's standing in the middle of the bodies.
We're just discussing policy matters, nothing too important.
That's not what it looked like to me. That woman, she's bad news, I tell you.
Yeah, she isn't exactly what you would define as normal.
Well, she runs around in a body stocking and can teleport at will. That is fairly unusual.
Yes.
You know what? I think I could use a drink after this whole ordeal. How about you?
Well, the last time I went into drinks, I started holding hands with the dude, so... Sure, it's
apparently
alright.
he's big boned, so you know.
You sure it's alright to abandon the crime scene like this?
My lieutenant has this under control. And besides, the investigations are wrapping up. There's this nice place I know called the Silent Word. Ever heard of it? Sounds like a murder cult.
That's...
Oh, you do know of it. Let me guess. Blue took you there, didn't he?
How did you know?
Well, it was my favorite bar for a long time. I feel that he and I may have had a connection back before he became an agent. I can't remember anything. What's it? I can't remember anything about him at all. But perhaps he would have been working for me at some point and heard about it. Oh yeah, they wipe everyone else's memories as well, don't they?
Oh, bloody hell, that's a trick.
Yeah. Of course! It could just be a coincidence. But this technique is too similar to my own. It makes me wonder.
I'd happy to be go there. Yeah, words. Yeah.
Great! We can take your car. I'll tell one of my officers to drive my own back to the precinct.
Did they
That
happen
way the artist won't have to draw another one.
Don't tell me. Do you happen to drive with your butt?
Ah, this is the life. Hey, waiter, I'll have a beer. You don't have any pumps to actually get beer from, but that shouldn't be a problem.
I'll have a Moon River.
Wider than a mile. Are you kidding
What's
me?
going on with his
I'm
hat?
so surprised my hat's raised on my head and my eyes have changed shape. I no longer have any whites to them. That barely has any alcohol in it at all.
I don't like to drink too much. If I lose my inhibitions, I might lose control of my powers as well. I used to think that losing control would just harm myself, but after the unfortunate incident, I'm starting to think that others might get hurt too.
Yeah, face lasers can do that. I see. When you put it that way, I think it's best to stick to the more tame one.
Look, I know you were planning on getting laid tonight. It's not happening. So, I've been curious. What do you remember about Blue and Red? I mean, after they became agents.
You don't know the half of it. Back when I joined the force, Spectra was very prolific, but the new crop of agents failed to impress. That is, until Blue and Red came onto the scene. I'm just thinking of two little plasticine characters playing with each other. At one point, they were pretty much the only agents worth noting in this town. They must have busted countless pieces of technology. The rebels called them the Grim Duo as an insult, but the name stuck. It's a shit insult.
It's a really bad insult.
Let's give them a not particularly but slightly badass name.
Yeah.
That'd be a good insult.
Not particularly being the operative phrase.
Yeah.
Blue mentioned something about Red becoming different, so that's why they parted ways.
I've noticed a change in her myself. She keeps cosplaying as some kind of space ninja. Still, it's not as much as you would think. She was just as prickly back then as now. The difference is she was also trustworthy. Everyone wanted her to have their back. That was despite the nasty rumors flying around.
The rumours?
Some people said she was a bad omen, a cursed psychic. The Bureau systems went haywire before she became an agent. So surely it's not her fault then.
Yeah, but it doesn't stop her being weird. Haywire?
Yep. There was some kind of power surge affecting the entire Central Spire. They said it was because of her distortion power going wild. And there was no serious damage. But people were a little suspicious, especially with the computers going down.
That they weren't
It took
supposed to have.
hours to reboot them.
Captain, did anything similar happen when I became an agent?
No.
No reason, just curious.
Anyway, she played up the whole mysterious agent thing. But everyone forgot about being scared when they first saw her in action.
Why?
She was wearing skin-tight clothing, and they're not very bright. She was still learning to use her powers. She often warped into places she didn't mean to, and sometimes her clothes didn't survive the trip intact. Oh, God. When that happened, Yuzi just continued with her mission au naturel. It took Blue reminding her to realise what had happened. Well, the cold had been a hint. Why should I be ashamed of my body, she asked. I guess she was right in a way, but it was a little strange to say the least.
You're telling
So
me.
that's why her clothing is that tight now.
So she can warp it properly. There you go.
Yeah.
She was also hasty when it came to missions, and got herself into all kinds of dangerous situations. Blue got a kind of sixth sense about bailing her out. What was the way he could see the future?
His sixth sense was like a sixth sense.
They were real hard to travel, let me tell you.
Interesting. I thought of those two as the veteran agents.
But then there was the incident. There were rebels planning a big-time attack. One that might have killed a Selanon. We were running out of time. Red managed to capture a group of rebels, but they were not talking. A while later, Red notified us that she had neutralized the rebel leader. What she didn't say was how she had gotten that information.
Was it torture?
Yeah.
The captured rebels were horribly tortured. When Blue found out, he was furious. He had the argument of the century with Red. She told him she didn't need his help anymore, that he had gotten too soft. It was then that she asked to become a solo agent. He told me that he thought she might have gotten involved in something bad. He didn't want to believe she had changed so drastically. He said the look in her eyes that day, it was blank, like she was playing a role she didn't want. Forced to go through the motions. As a detective, he's seen that kind of thing before. So when he told me, I believed him.
Captain, have you ever heard of mind control? Really?
As a matter of fact, yes! The yellow wavelength psychics use it all the time.
Wow. That seems hideously unethical.
I like the fact it's the yellow way, thanks, with the king in yellow, where if you've got his symbol, you're being controlled by him, whether you realise it or not. So.
Wait, do you think she is?
I'm not making any accusations. I'm just wondering if it could be possible.
Of course it's bloody possible. We build psychics. As far as I know, it isn't. As you probably already know, psychics can't control other psychics.
Convenient.
There's something about the amount of energy coming from them that makes it difficult. Red's already the strongest in Spectra.
I doubt that.
And she's getting stronger by the day. She wouldn't let someone control her so easily.
Unless they had a hat on and told her to do things.
I'm sure Blue thought about it too, and he came to the same conclusion. There's no way that she could have been compromised to that degree. It's hard to accept, but she did it of her own free will. Maybe she just saw too much chaos and carnage and lost her faith in humanity.
Or maybe the true role she was playing was Bureau Agent, and not even Blue saw the actress without her makeup.
Just without her underwear.
Sorry, drifted off there. What was I saying?
I don't know. Who cares? All this talking about the past has made me want a refill. Waiter! Ah, that's the stuff.
Where's
Something...
this beer from?
Don't know. Something I want to ask you, Captain. What do you know about the Machina?
Ah, God damn it! You made me spit out my drink. Why on earth would you want to know something like that?
Sounds like you know what they are, though.
Of course I do. One doesn't reach 20 years in the force without a little wisdom.
What the fuck is going on with this hat?
Alcoholic habit. Yes, this hat's gone interesting.
His hat's gone see-through. But not see-through enough. See-through enough to see his eyebrow, but not to see his other eye. Weird.
Yeah, that's... Anyway.
Even so, for someone like you to ask about it is...
Uncanny?
bloody weird. It's your job to find them. Wait, don't tell me you know.
Know what?
In the movies and plays about the Selanon War, they never actually say what kind of power the hero with her had. But on the down low, we know it was an Esper. So when you showed up in the city, Machinas won everyone's mind. Some people even thought the hero would come back to save us. But I mean, well, that would mean the hero hasn't aged for 300 odd years. Ridiculous, if you ask me. It is ridiculous, right?
I don't fucking know.
Yes. I think it's safe to say I'm not the hero you're looking for. Powers are weak and I can barely shoot straight. If I were some hero, you think I'd be stronger.
You're probably right. It's just wishful thinking on my part.
Still, story is interesting. I wonder why an Esper would be so strong against the Selanon.
Anything we could come up with would just be speculation. It doesn't make much sense to me either. Well, Violet, since you told me more about you, I'll let you in on a little secret about myself.
Paedophile.
My ancestor, Orson
Wells, really?
Yeah.
was a psychic too. In fact, he was a machina general.
Excuse me?
The commander of Earth had 4 generals. Everyone and their mother already knows that. But almost nobody knows who they were. Except me, that is.
You know about the generals?
My pappy used to tell me stories that were passed down through generations. We weren't allowed to tell them to anyone else on account of the Selanon. I didn't really believe them myself when he told me there was Excalibur, a tremendous armored Hulk that could slice through an asteroid. Wraith played mind games with the enemy with its teleportation and holograms. Valkyr has a command machina with an army of drone warriors. And Horus was a machina sniper that picked off Selanon from hundreds of miles away.
You're right. That does sound insane.
Are you watching cartoons, mate?
But the strongest machina of all, by a wide margin, was Moonshot.
Did it shoot the moon? Then, destroying the moon, it really was possible.
You fired laser out of your face. What do you think? No. They never intended to do something so destructive, despite what the movies say. Don't you see how many moon rocks are raining down on us, even with a part of the moon destroyed? The Selanon created their spawning grounds on the dark side of the moon, Samsara. The purpose of Moonshot was to pierce straight through to the other side and wipe it out forever.
And the rest of the human race, apparently. Because
Yeah,
that would...
I don't see how that could not result in moon rocks everywhere.
Well, it's not only that, but it's also the gravitational pull would kill off huge amounts of, like, sea creatures and therefore ruin complete food chains. Like, most food
Look, no one
chains.
brought up the fact that in the Matrix, everyone decided, oh no, let's look at the sun, that'll end well. No one brings that up, so, it's...
Sorry.
Honest, this one's less dumb, so...
Not by much.
At least he's got that one layer of obfuscation, whatever it's pronounced.
The Selanon are like a biological network. When one of them dies, is their mind is carried by telepathy right back to a new body. They call it reincarnation. Once Moonshot missed Samsara, everything went to hell. The Selanon would never stop reincarnating. We'd eventually be overrun.
By presumably Selanon that have horrible post-traumatic stress disorder. I've died 300 times this week, each time more agonising than the last.
I'm assuming that all of the Machina were destroyed by the reprisal. It was only a matter of time!
So Selanon PTSD, do you suppose they have to go and talk to therapists every time they reincarnate?
But it won't be a mental network, so they have to basically go and stand to one side while everyone just thinks at each other.
Yeah. And what became of Moonshot?
The hell should I know? Probably taken out just like the others. But just imagine living in this city, knowing that sooner or later the Selanon could converge on it and wipe out what was left of the human race. When the Selanon's ruler, the Dark One, descended and said that we would be spared, no one knew what to think.
It surprises me that you'd be leading the charge to destroy all technology knowing what you know.
Not sure what's so surprising about it. We lost fair and square. What more is there to be said? As long as there are laws, I'm willing to enforce them, even if whoever's making them isn't human.
Weird. That's a interesting stance. Weird.
What, so he's just lawful neutral?
Yeah, basically. So that doesn't answer my question. What exactly is a Machina?
50 feet tall with arms of steel and wings of fire. But enough about me. They said that controlling one makes a psychic on par with a Selanon. Now, picture yourself in the pilot seat, pounding some Selanon's face in. That's a Machina.
There were, what, 5 of them against an army? I can see where we lost.
I don't harbour any desire to resist the Selanon, but I've often dreamed of going head-to-head with one. A real battle, if you will. Not any of these petty street squabbles. Just the pure determination of will of man versus alien.
I'm not quite sure it would be to my liking.
Why is that? Do you have a low tolerance for violence?
Not exactly. But imagine being able to feel their cries of pain as if they were your own. It wouldn't be very enjoyable.
Oh, so that's why an Esper's powerful against them. Because if they're wiping out billions, and you just broadcast all the death screams into their minds, makes them a little uncomfortable.
I see, yeah. Yeah, good point.
Wait a minute, how are we meant to do the alien equivalent of dehumanizing if we can hear everyone's thoughts? Shit. Quick, punch her in the face.
Right! I didn't realise how your power might change things. One man's power fantasy is another woman's nightmare.
Yeah, nightmare. That would be a great word to describe it. Every battle would take an immense toll on your sanity. That's why I simply don't understand why an Esper, of all people, would be leading the charge.
You're right! That is awful strange. Well, seems like it's time for me to get back to work. They don't have to drive me back. I can hail a cab.
You don't seem affected by all those beers?
I have a hollow leg! But
Okay.
seriously, Violet, don't think this talk of Selanon War means it's okay to toe the line. If you're so much just thinking of resisting the Selanon, I won't hesitate to do my duty.
I understand, and then I'll kill you. Despite Wells' insistence for some reason, I feel like deep down, he really does want humanity to fight back. He's just too pragmatic to join the resistance. He sees little point in doing something he feels is impossible. He's lost all hope.
Yay.
Driving with my mind. But then in my case, if obtaining a Machina is impossible, there are other things that the resistance can help me with. I'm not allowed to let Lynn be imprisoned for the rest of her life. That isn't how I operate. If no one from the Bureau will bring Green to justice, I just have to look for help through other channels. Sam, tell Percy I'm coming over. Now. because...
Lily. What? Do you want us to sweat down Asian Green? What's in it for me?
I'll use my technology credits. You'll get something you need. As long as it's not too big, the Bureau probably won't notice.
Yeah, normally I'd be all for that, right? But this is the matter he's talking about. Everyone knows you don't mess with them.
You have to do something. If they charge Lynn for murder, I don't know what I'd do.
So I'm just wondering how many, city-spanning, non-government, highly illegal organisations there are in this place. Because we haven't seen many, just shops or anything. It's just the slice of the city we're seeing is entirely the illegal side, and then the equivalent of the psychic FBI. So where's the middle ground?
Middle ground?
Look, we're a rebel group, not a private eye agency. I'm sure this girl Lynn's nice and all, but I'm not jeopardising the future of humanity on this operation, like I do every time I go for a walk.
The Big P is right. This cell isn't large enough to fight a war on two fronts.
You're not really fighting a war on one front, really. You don't do anything.
Really isn't up for debate. If you're not going to help me, then I'm leaving your little gang for good.
Oh yeah, really? What about revenge? Or are you just going to stand there letting the Dark One get away with murder?
Maybe the Bureau is right. I should just accept what happened and moved on.
You know there's something wrong with this world. That's why you're here to join us. All I want is this mission to succeed.
Has to be a way I can change your mind, says the girl with telepathy.
Percy? You? What are you doing back at base? Oh, I think there might be a connection. Seen murder and moonshot. Wait, do you say moonshot? That's to deliver this in person. People could be listening. All the relevant information's in printout.
Okay, that was a little bit too long.
Let's rub crotches together so I can transfer information. Hard printout in penis.
Sam hands written piece of paper to Percy, who tells...
It's a ream of paper as well. Pass from crotch to crotch.
Yep. He tears it out of his hand. Why are they presenting crotch first, though? It is the most prominent part of their body. They're hip thrusting their way through life. Sam hands a ream of paper to Percy, who tears it out of his hand and paws over it.
Yeah, it's a lot of raw data. Can you give me the summary?
Because I can't be asked to do my job.
Alright, all started when they were a huge discovery made by a team of ruin divers a few months back. They were on expedition to Ashlands beyond Waste outside city. Yeah, the Ashlands.
Shit!
I should have known.
Sorry, that was my cats. As if you probably couldn't have guessed. She just
No,
dived.
I thought you were just reacting to hearing about the Ashlands.
Not the Ashlands! No! Crash.
That's where the cigarette smokers live.
Yeah, sounds legible. Why, what's so special about Ashlands?
It's an old ruin city, same as ours. They call it the City of Lost Souls because they're unimaginative.
That's a rather dramatic name for an ancient ruin.
No, it used to be a shoe shop. They used to make a lot of shoes. And there's just all these empty shoe factories and warehouses. I say empty because they're abandoned, but they're still full of, they're full of boxes of unfinished shoes waiting for people to claim them. What's the reason for it? Rumour has it it's cursed by evil spirits.
And you actually believe that? Listen, love, you're a psychic. So, let's get off our high horse, okay?
I say that sometimes the entire city lights up as though people are still living there. So there's a thing that intermittently gives off light, okay? It's a beautiful sight. That's what got people to start trying to go in the first place. They thought there might have been survivors. Turns out everything was radioactive and that's why it glowed. When they got there, they found everything's abandoned apart from the shoes, the radioactive shoes. Then the vengeful ghosts got them. The ghosts of the people who used to own the shoes. No one's ever gone there has come back alive. So how we know about this, I don't know.
With those things combined, and also see what some would call it wanted, you would take real balls to try and scavenge in that place. Even I don't have that much of a death wish. Alright, well, looks like rumours were still true. The team all has Astra armour, but they were still wiped out.
Wiped out by what?
Specifics aren't clear. Doesn't really matter though.
It really fucking does if you want us to go get shit from there.
What does matter is that time there were survivors. Oh yeah, did you say what's happened? But they didn't get good luck. Whatever it was incredibly powerful. Couldn't even catch a glimpse of it. They barely saw it coming before it was too late. Oh, hell of a while ago. Yeah, well, where I see it, is it one of those ghosts we're talking about, or some kind of long-range weapon? Maybe a sniper bugger of some sort.
Sniper?
What's wrong? Do you know someone?
No, never mind. You can continue.
When they got back, they said they'd nabbed Motherlode. Whatever it was, Drive maybe, had some encoded information pertaining to Moonshot's location. Mafia killed survivors and raided base. But turns out they'd only sold the Drive for a huge pile of cash. No one knew who buyer were though, but I think I have an idea.
That means...
Friends and Rossi, you know, the chip shop owner, were one of the few people who could have afforded something like that. That and everyone else in that meeting room. Oh, hold up, little man. What are you saying they killed the sausage person? Just silence him. They're probably afraid to give information to someone else.
Sorry, that's me, isn't it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You're right. There are actually 3 mafia families operating in the outer city. The Vincenzos, the Toscanos, and the Bernadettis. For some reason, all these are Italian mafia families now in the universe where has been 400 years since the complete annihilation of all things. But just those 3 families have managed to survive and create mafia families.
Damn the Yakuza.
Yeah.
And presumably there's the Irish mafia and the Russian mafia and everyone else. There's a triad somewhere, probably.
Yeah.
And in some cupboard, there's just an angry Welshman who's slightly illegal.
If one of them got hold of a weapon, one of them got the hold of the weapon like a machina, they could easily wipe out the other families, because that would be what's most important.
Yes,
Because
the first thing they do when they get hold of this basically, imagine modern day, they get hold of the best tank ever. 400 times better than any existing tank. So they use it to go and shoot the other mafia people. Or, right, they could just stab them.
Ugh, just the thought of them using a symbol of the humanity's hope for turf for makes my blood boil. Then we should investigate Mr. Ross's house. Could have been ransacked.
Yeah, too late, already were. But I'm pretty sure that mafia didn't find nothing.
Seriously, then where was he keeping the information?
In penis. I don't know, but it could be someone who does. Probably in penis. See, she'd know. She knows lots about penis.
Sam takes the file back from Zala and flips to a certain page. My wandering eyes land on a photo of a beautiful young woman in a fur coat. In the picture, she almost seems like a pale, elegant ghost. No, she doesn't. About to disappear from the scene entirely. No.
Not really.
In fact, the scene seems to be disappearing from around her.
Yeah, she's actually quite well defined.
And also, what's going on with the level of the background? Is that gay?
To be fair, that might just be the photo itself. It has a poor composition rather than weird perspective, if you see what I mean.
Oh, yes, I agree. But what the fuck's going on? Is that a gate?
I think that's a bench against a wall, which is next to a taller wall.
Right.
Yeah. Tiffany Lucent, his wife.
He was married? She's stunning.
Why are you saying that married women can't be pretty? That's a bit weird. Anyway, where does dating for a long time and just tied not? Been another day or 2, she may be in the hands of mafia. That is, unless we find her first.
Can't even imagine what she must be feeling right now.
Panic. Probably quite sad that her husband just got shot. And she's running for life. I guess she's not too happy, really. She might be wondering about the information hidden in his penis as well. That makes locating her even more urgent. And how do you expect us to do that? We don't have a single clue about her location. That's right, we don't. But what I do know is that she also had a job at Lane Enterprises.
Oh, he's pretending to his crotch again. So you think that Matthew wouldn't be able to search your office?
Right. Security there's too tight. If they tried any funny business, enforcers would come down on them. On the other hand, we have the perfect way to get in. Our very own bureau agent.
If they try to go back there, people might start asking questions.
That is a good thing that you're not going back. I've booked an appointment for one Rhonda Fox, phone company representative.
That can't be. You were able to fix the mask?
But of course, I'm Resistance's resident genius after all. I always cover me bases.
So
Plus it was shiny.
That's why you're the one that they put on as a front.
Yeah, because he's the competent one, so he's the front.
Wait a minute. There's no way you could have figured it out so fast. You work on that thing the whole time.
What? Of course not.
Come on, I can read you like a book.
Just because it was a shiny new piece of tech I ain't seen before, now I'm obsessed with playing with shiny new pieces of tech I ain't seen before, doesn't mean I'll be playing with shiny new pieces of tech I ain't seen before. Right,
it's worse than that.
I have a crush on Rhonda. You know, you in a hat.
And not on me, I'm sexy too, you know.
Fat chance, or should I say flat chance, goes into big boobs. Okay.
In other words, you're never going to get
Creepily.
laid, creepy boy.
Yeah.
You little weasel. Because, no offence, she's not small-boobed.
No, she's not flat-chested.
You little weasel, there's no way I'm wearing that thing just to satisfy your juvenile urges.
No, I'm but 14, everything's a juvenile urge.
Oh, hey. I'll volunteer if she doesn't want to. It sounds fun.
Oh, she's into younger men.
Second thought, give me that. I'll wear it for as long as I have to.
No, going back to the top of the hand, thank you, Sam, for giving us all this intel. I'm beginning to have a change of heart about this mafia stuff.
You better be. There ain't no way I'm getting those thugs get their hands on moonshot. Just tell me where to point my rifle.
Easy up on that trigger. There's one voice there. Oh, easy up on the trigger there, cowboy. Voice going to do her thing first. Some problems can't be solved with finesse. And massive tits, apparently. Besides, when you see what I've got in store, you'll think you're off for a small time, crotch thrust.
Thank you for the generous offer. And by the way, where's Kiora? That is a good question. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, God, so she's going to be the sleepy fox kid Japanese person with the magic powers.
Hi, guys. What's the occasion? Is it a party? Oh, is it Violet's birthday? Don't tell me you're taking a nap during this entire conversation. Might have been. There's nothing wrong with a little power nap, is there? You wouldn't want your doctor to lose their concentration on the operating table. Then blood would be spurting out everywhere. For some reason, I get the feeling she experienced that before. I ain't going to explain this twice. Hey, Sam, you know what to do.
Hey, not me. Last time I tried to do that, she fell asleep halfway through. Was terrible in bed.
You know what? Whatever. We're going on a mission, and I need you to put aside some support in case of emergency. Will do. Just remember, try not to let any bullets hit any vital organs.
Just those non-vital ones.
Yeah, just more like common sense. Come on, I'll lead you out of the base. Isn't it time you trusted me enough to tell me the base's location? Fine. You're free to leave on your own.
This is when she gets lost in the tunnels and is never seen again.
Are you really sure you should be doing that? What do you mean? Oh no. It's a big gamble to be sending a bureau agent on a mission like that. I mean, they call them double agents for a reason, right? Cammy, you backstabbing little... Alliances are built on mutual trust. There's no way this will work if we're at each other's throats.
Also, so apparently they know the fact she has magical powers then.
Well, no, they can't see it because she's not. Can't see that because she's not psychic.
Oh yeah, only psychers can see it for some reason.
Just don't blame me if she decides to suddenly disappear and a bunch of enforcers are come knocking at our door. Shut up. Oh, sorry. I think I lost my manners there. As I was saying, you should probably get going. Don't want to arouse too much suspicion. My thought falls sound off the ancient tiled floor as the rebels watch me leave in silence. Right now, I'm not sure what to think, and neither am I, and I think we should probably call it an episode.
Okay.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Do not sex the octopuses. Octopi.